Good morning. We begin today in the Pacific Northwest, where the state of Oregon has filed a federal lawsuit against the Trump administration. The suit, announced Sunday, aims to block the deployment of 200 National Guard troops to Portland. The legal challenge was mounted jointly by Oregon's Attorney General Dan Rayfield, Governor Tina Kotek, and Portland Mayor Keith Wilson, all Democrats. Their action came just hours after Governor Kotek received a memo from Department of War Secretary Pete Hegseth authorizing the 60-day deployment. According to the order, the federally controlled troops are tasked with protecting federal property in Portland, where protests are occurring or likely to occur. President Trump had signaled the move on Saturday via a post on Truth Social, stating he had directed Secretary Hegseth to send all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any other ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. However, Oregon officials are vehemently pushing back against this characterization and the deployment itself. In a statement, Attorney General Rayfield argued the move is unlawful and unnecessary, asserting that Oregon communities are stable and our local officials have been clear. We have the capacity to manage public safety without federal interference. Governor Kotek echoed this sentiment at a news conference, stating she had spoken directly with the president and urged him not to send troops. She told reporters, "Our city is a far cry from the war-ravaged community he has posted on social media. There is no insurrection, there is no threat to national security, and there is no need for military troops in our major city." Despite these objections, federal agents reportedly began arriving over the weekend, with at least one clash reported outside an immigration and customs enforcement facility. This legal fight in Oregon is not an isolated incident. It follows a similar lawsuit filed by California in June, after the administration deployed troops to Los Angeles. The Department of War has declined to comment on the active litigation. Meanwhile, another high-stakes political battle is intensifying, this one centered on the nation's electoral map ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. In Missouri, Republican Governor Mike Kehoe on Sunday signed into law a new congressional map titled Missouri First. The map, which had the backing of President Trump, is expected to give Republicans an additional seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. The redrawn map specifically targets the Kansas City area district of longtime Democratic Representative Emanuel Cleaver. By shifting the district's boundaries eastward to include more rural, conservative-leaning voters, the plan is designed to flip the seat and create a 7-1 Republican advantage in the state's House delegation. In a social media post, President Trump called the new map fantastic. This move is part of a broader national strategy by the Republican Party to solidify its narrow House majority through mid-decade redistricting, a rare but not unprecedented maneuver. The effort in Missouri follows a similar, successful push in Texas, where Governor Greg Abbott recently signed a new map aiming to create up to 5 new right-leaning districts. The stated goal is to build a firewall against the historical trend of the party in the White House, losing seats during midterm elections. Democrats are fiercely opposing these efforts. Representative Cleaver has vowed legal action against the Missouri map, warning that if both sides fight fire with fire long enough, all you're going to have left is ashes. Democrats are also mounting their own offensive. In California, lawmakers have placed a proposition on the November ballot that would temporarily bypass the state's nonpartisan redistricting commission, giving the Democrat-dominated legislature the power to draw new maps. That effort, spearheaded by Governor Gavin Newsom, aims to create 5 more Democratic-leaning districts. Similar discussions are underway in other blue states like Illinois and Maryland, while court orders could force new maps in states like Ohio and Utah, making the fight over congressional districts a key political battleground for the foreseeable future. Shifting from the political battlefield to the Department of War itself, a significant new initiative convened for the first time on Monday. The department's Gold Star Advisory Council met to provide a direct channel for the families of fallen service members to influence military policy at the highest levels. Gold Star families, who are the immediate relatives of U.S. military members who have died in service, have long advocated for a greater voice in the policies that affect them. According to War Secretary Pete Hegseth, this new council is long overdue and is designed to drive changes that will stick. Formally established on May 6th of this year, the council is tasked with offering policy recommendations and holding the department accountable for the long-term care and honor of fallen service members and their families. It will meet at least twice a year. The council's leadership structure is notable, pairing institutional authority with personal experience. It is co-chaired by Undersecretary of War for Personnel and Readiness, Anthony J. Tata, and Jane Horton, a Gold Star wife who also serves as a senior advisor to the Secretary of War. Undersecretary Tata emphasized the council's importance, stating, "Gold Star families are vital to our military community and our mission. Their strength and resilience are truly inspiring." Jane Horton stressed that the council's purpose is to create tangible results, not just to be symbolic. The Secretary's charge is clear. Every warrior must know that if the worst should happen, their family will never be forgotten, she said. "We are a mission-driven body of Gold Star families and senior leaders focused on reforming the systems that shape casualty assistance, long-term care, and how our nation honors the fallen." Finally, the White House has confirmed that President Trump plans to attend a gathering in Washington this week with top military leaders. The meeting, which will be hosted by Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth, was described by the president in a phone call with NBC News. He said, "It's really just a very nice meeting talking about how well we're doing militarily, talking about being in great shape, talking about a lot of good, positive things. It's just a good message." The president, who had previously been non-committal about his attendance, said on Sunday that a key purpose of the gathering would be to build esprit de corps, which he described as an attitude of loyalty, camaraderie, and honor. The unusual meeting comes as the administration navigates domestic political conflicts and launches new initiatives within the Department of War, signaling a concerted effort to project a message of military strength and unity.